Hello, this is the third broadcast I'm making on God's name and handwriting over the nation, Nigeria, which he named "The Lord is there," Yahweh Shammah. I stopped that God will not divide the nation, but he will take over the throne, because the throne belongs to the house of David. The Asal Rock belongs to the house of David. It is the throne of David, and it is the true Hebrews that will rule over Nigeria, because from there they will host the glory of God on earth. Because God said that if you can change his ordinance of heaven and earth, heaven, there will be no more sun, moon in their seasons, then you can change his word. That Israel, God said that Israel will never cease to be a nation before him again. Forget about those counterfeit people that call themselves Israel. No, Igbos will never cease to be a nation of Israel again before God, the true nation. That David will never fail a man to sit upon the throne of David, and the Levites will never cease to minister unto him. God is restoring all things, raising the foundation of many generations, raising the old desolations. He is raising everything. He is raising the tabernacle of David with all its ruins. He is restoring the counselors as of old. He is not going to divide the nation. Gideon Oka attempted coup failed because he attempted to divide Nigeria. The Lord told me that. He said, where did Gideon Oka plan to send the 5 states he removed from the nation? The entire nation is in the palm of God's hand. The throne, as I said, is the throne of David. It belongs to the restored house of Israel, to the house of David. So Igbos will host God's glory on earth. The daughters of Igbo people will dance in groups all over the streets of Abuja, Aba, Lagos, Kaduna, and all the major streets of the nation, glorifying God for his mercies which endure forever. It will be like when Miriam, the sister of Moses, the prophetess, led the Hebrews through praise worship after the Lord overthrew Pharaoh and his armies on the Red Sea. So God is going to overthrow Buhari and his government and crush everything that will stop him on the way. And our people are going to rejoice and dance in uniforms with our timbrels to worship God, to sing and glorify him. All the nations of the earth will come to worship God in his holy mountain to celebrate the Feast of Booths or Feast of Tabernacles annually. And all these and more mysteries have the Lord revealed to me. God has revealed all these things to me, and I have written details in the book called The Messianic Temple. The Lord is there. Ezekiel's vision of the third temple. So Biafra is a distraction and never the answer to God's original plan for the nation. Fulani herdsmen are nothing but liars and forgers of lies. Nigeria is, or the Lord is there, the nation called the Lord is there, is now a cup of trembling. But God will come down to fight to preserve both the nation and his firstborn, the Igbos, the Hebrews, and all those who put their trust under his wing. The Igbos, that is the beef bruise, God will save only 1/3 people. I have seen why God is going to save only 1/3 people. Almost all of them are following Biafra. Biafra is rebellion. Biafra does not have the characteristics of Christ's kingdom on earth. All Igbos shall come home. I believe that the Biafra or IPOB is doing a good job there in getting the nation's Igbos to come home. But that's what God said, that they are all going to come home. They are going to come. God is going to just get all of them back home. It's fulfilled. That's why they are. God is shaking nations to release his people. They are all going to come home. So it's a fulfillment of prophecy when they are saying all Biafrans come home. We are Igbos. We are Hebrews, not Biafrans. But they are bringing them home. Yes. So they are going to come to repossess the land of their promise from God. They are going to fight for their land, because the whole land belongs to the house of Israel. God is going to divide the nation based on the tribes of Israel. And whether Hausa people, whatever tribe, any of these nations in Nigeria, any tribe they fall in will become part of that tribe. So the nation will be restored as the nation of Israel and Judah put together in one accord. They join together to fight their enemies. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To each shall the Gentiles seek, and his strength shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hema, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim, but they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. Buhari and his father go one, and all of them shall be overthrown, because the kingdom is the Lord's, and he is the governor among the nations. No uncircumcised in heart or flesh shall enter the Lord's holy mountain, that is Azor Rock, anymore. For it is God's holy mountain. The highway thereof is the highway of holiness. The throne there is the prophesied throne of Christ's kingdom on earth. That's why the nation is trembling and has become a burdensome stone. The wrong person is on the throne. The owner, God, has raised his own branch to rule the nations of the earth from that throne. It is God's throne of justice and righteousness. Therefore, the government shall be ordered in righteousness and justice, according to Isaiah 9:6-7. God, as consuming fire, will consume every kingdom of Baal, Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, on all names of idols and false prophets, and all those false shepherds out of the nation and earth. He will overthrow kings and their kingdoms, and reign over the earth from his kingdom, and on Mount Zion situated in the Lord is there. Yahweh Shammah. As I said, it was in fulfillment of Ezekiel 37, will come out of their graves, out of the holes of the rock, and everywhere they are, and restored as a unified house of Israel and Judah, and will be one nation in God's hand. All of them in the foreign countries are coming home to fight with the Lord against their enemies and settle in their lands forever. We don't run. The house of Israel does not run. They don't succeed. They will fight and occupy the land, just like Joshua and all of them. They will fight and occupy the land and take the land. However, only 1/3 shall be saved and established, because the consumption decreed overflows with righteousness. Zechariah 13:8-9. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 1/3 shall be left therein. And I will bring the 1/3 part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God. You see God's master plan agenda. So stop following Biafra. It's part of New World Order agenda. God said that he will wipe away the rebels from among us. He told me that Biafra is a rebellion. Their alignment with false Jews automatically disqualifies them from the covenant house of Israel, God's priestly nation. Those Ashkenazis are Gentile nations that claim to have descended from Israel. They are usurpers. After the flood, the 3 sons of Noah are Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And we see that the sons of Japheth are Gomer, Magog, Madai, whatever all of their names. And then the sons of Gomer are Ashkenaz. See that Ashkenaz came, according to 1 Chronicles 1:4-6, they came from Japheth. They didn't come from Shem. Ashkenaz came from Japheth, not from Shem. Shem was the grandfather of Abraham. So the sons of Shem, when we read the sons of Shem and start coming them, we see from the sons of Shem, we see Eber, we see Abram, the same is Abraham. So Jesus Christ, the owner of the throne and the kingdom of David, descended from Abraham, the covenant lineage. God will not change his plan. God's plan continues. It's a holy nation. Igbos are a holy nation. Abraham, our forefather, with whom the Lord God entered an eternal covenant, is from Shem. God will never change his covenant. He promised with an oath that Israel will be a nation again. Now, I want to go into another video or another broadcast, and it's going to be short, to explain how I entered into this ministry of the restoration of Israel. God bless you.